Alrighty, everyone. So I was a little bit sick recording this, and I am still sick right now, so hope you bear with me on that. Let's get into the video, though. Mario Maker 2 has a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. Not gonna do this bit. The game came out over 2 months ago. I think everyone knows it's got a lot of stuff and a lot of tools for building. Anyways, the title. Super Mario Bros. 3 has got to be my favorite of the 3 games released for the NES. Oh, come on. If it really was my favorite of the 3 games, then I wouldn't have 3 copies of Super Mario Bros. And Duck Hunt right beside it. I guess comedy really writes itself, huh? So, just a few things to note before I get into this. I'll recreate everything as close as I possibly can, but there's just a few things to note. Whenever I come across something I cannot recreate one-to-one, I will prioritize playability over the look of things. For example, this set of platforms. And also, due to the nature of a user-generated content game like Mario Maker, there's no secret warp whistles, chests, whatever. Should be pretty obvious, but I'm trying to be definitive here. And stuff like minor visual differences and lack of background elements will be mentioned earlier on, but I'll skip over them later on, because I don't want to be repeating myself. It gets pretty annoying. Enough intro, let's do this! Seeing as it's only 1-1, it should be pretty simple, right? Nope. We've run into a few problems. Bigger bushes as shown here cannot be recreated, and nor can the single bunches of bushes. So from here on out, I recreated these the best I could. There's also no green semi-solids, so I just made the areas look the best they could. And Paragroomas also are not red, and there aren't any green piranha plants in Super Mario Maker 2. The little underground section of this level had to use the castle theme, so the bricks look good, but obviously it's not the exact same as the original. No block pipes. I also wanted to make the block placement 1-to-1, but the thing is, doing that left empty space around the area which just didn't look right. So I decided to fill in the empty space. And for this little area above the level, there's no 2 high semi-solids. Please add them, please, please, please. Normally I just stick the 3 high ones in the ground to emulate 2 high semi-solids, but you can't really do that in the air. And you know what? This one didn't really have any problems, honestly. Literally only aesthetic differences. No differences in gameplay. Now we're on to level 2, and the theme of this one cannot actually be found in Super Mario Maker. I ended up using the ground theme because it resembled it the closest, and I was also actually thinking about using the forest theme as it had the right bushes in the background, but I didn't for 2 reasons. The ground tiles being piped looked odd with the warp pipes on top of them, and same with the bushes. The water was a big problem. I could have used the nice theme for poison water, but it strayed too far away from the feel of the original. Right after the floating piranha plant, there's this hill, but you can't recreate it because every slope in Super Mario Maker has this end part at the bottom and at the top. So I made it look and feel close to the original. A similar situation with the other piranha plant, just made it look good. And there's no 3 wide pipes because there's no pipe stacking, unfortunately. Overall, though, this level was pretty good. I didn't really have to make that many changes. Obviously, though, we're going to be seeing that a lot with the earlier levels. Man, was I excited to build this level. Probably the most memorable from the original game because of this piece of shit! Anyways, at the beginning there's this little block formation with a hidden pitch note block that sends you up into the clouds, but obviously this isn't possible in Mario Maker. You can't make note blocks transport you to sub-areas, and you can also not hide them. So I just made it look good. Placed one there for show, and had a little pipe below it transport you into the sub-area. Not really hidden, but not much I also could have done. And speaking of the sub-area, I was able to recreate it so close to 1-to-1, but in the original, the sub-area was 64 tiles wide. In Super Mario Maker 2, you can only make sub-areas in increments of 24, which means I had to settle with 72. There is a wall where the end would be normally, though. Maybe you should be able to edit the value with the D-pad so you can get more precise values? There's so many ideas for updates, and we still haven't gotten one in 70 days, as of writing the script. And lastly, a few other things I had to rework, like this block pillar and this Goomba train thing. Yeah, Goomba trains. The Goomba trains don't exist, so I used a huge winged Paragoomba. When you kill them, they split into 2, so I guess it's a similar effect. They should add the Goomba train. Another idea for an update. Oh, geez, this one has a lot. First few things to get out of the way, though. I really think that Nintendo should add sub-themes, or whatever they want to call them, where they act the exact same way as themes currently in the game, but the background and the terrain type is different. For example, they could add the Grassy Hills theme, or the Grassy Sky theme, underground and sky. So yeah, if you couldn't tell already, I had to use the sky theme since there's no Grassy Sky theme. This level looks so simple to rebuild playing through it on the original, but... Oh, nice. Yeah, so if you don't know already, platforms cannot move in that way. They either move left or right, or left on a track. But you can't make them fall down when you stomp on them, even with blue platforms. I have a few suggestions for the next update. We're doing this again. You should have an option to unlock tracks. What I mean is, when you do that, things will act like they normally do off of a track. Like blue platforms being able to fall down when you step on them. Anywho, who even says that? I had to come up with something. Yeah, I had to rework the entire level. I wanted to keep the original feel of the level with limited platforms, so I didn't just settle with normal platforms or ones on tracks. So I came up with appropriate locations for the stationary blue platforms, and I changed some coin locations to line up with my changes. And this actually worked quite well, and the level's quite fun. Honestly, other than reworking the entire main gimmick of the level, it was pretty nice. Also felt like adding this cool little area at the end of the level. And that's actually it. So I know this video was a little bit short because I didn't recreate the entire world in one video, but I want to know if this should be a series or not. I will recreate the next part of the world in the next video, and then recreate one world per video from now on. And I'm also streaming on Twitch now. I streamed on YouTube for so long now, coming up on 1.5 years, and honestly, Twitch is a lot more enjoyable for me, so go follow me there at Suijimoto. Watch me fail. Right after that.